I want to talk today about the seventh chakra. You know, you've hit the manifesting jackpot when your seventh chakra is glowing brighter than a unicorn's horn. The seventh chakra is the master chakra. So we're going to dive into that today. I'm Amira Hall, and if it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I am a psychic medium. I'm a manifesting mentor. I've been on this spiritual awakening path and working as a professional medium for over 23 years now. And I just love helping people turn their pain into power and profit and following their path and creating and manifesting their desires. If you're one of my followers, I am so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for joining. In talking about the seventh chakra, you probably had that experience one time of just knowing something. I remember I was in my teens and I was out camping with my high school friends. And we were sitting around the campfire. And I remember in that moment having this thought of, oh my God, what am I going to wear to the funeral? I just knew my grandfather had passed. And that's an example of our claircognizance. The seventh chakra is a wheel of spinning light from the top of the head up. And it's a cone with a pointy part right here, and it goes upwards. When we're babies, the top of our head is a very tender spot. You might find that soft spot within yourself. And it's really active because as a baby, we have to learn all that we can to learn how to bring our spirit into the body. So the seventh chakra is our master chakra. It controls or monitors our brain and our nervous system. And it also is a heavy hand in our pituitary gland. And that affects our hormones. It affects the body's heat and temperature, our sex, our nervous system, and so many other things. As the master chakra, it's very involved with what is going on for the other chakras. Now, the thing about this seventh chakra is it is known as the gateway to our spiritual wisdom, our knowingness, and being connected to the divine for our answers, our information. It's actually a step down from our higher self, and that's in the eighth chakra. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But in the seventh chakra, I don't hear many teachers or leaders talking about the downside of this because it's a trap door. I often refer to it as a revolving door. If a person's had trauma or abuse or done a lot of drugs in their life, whatever the experience is early in our life, that sort of sets the stage. And it sets the stage for our spirit to want to take off, leave the body. And so then we become unconscious. I call that a trance medium. The pain is so great in the body, or the abuse, whether it's emotional or physical or sexual, it doesn't matter. But our spirit is traumatized by that. So the spirit leaves the body. And then there's, I guess, a small part of the spirit that stays. But there again, the downside is that other spirits take over, other beings. I was looking at some news and saw this whole escapade regarding Dylan Mulvaney, the man that dresses as a young girl and is celebrating 365 days of girlhood or womanhood. And honestly, it's a mind, you know what? So, but what I'm seeing for him, besides what I think of it, is there's a being that has literally taken over his soul or his body. It's almost like, and I've seen people do this, oftentimes very wealthy people or super influential people have sold a part of their soul. And this other entity or being gives them power, fame, wealth, whatever that promises to give them and deliver them in the earthly world, but it rules their soul. So they do not have seniority over their body. Now, in all honesty, we are all trance mediums at some point, at some level. You know, when you put your keys down and you walk away and then you're trying to find your keys later, that was a mini example of you not being aware, of not having the conscious, fully connected awareness of where you are, where your spirit is. So all the work I do and everything I talk about is all about learning how to manifest, but it's requiring our chakra system to be in harmony, to communicate the right messages. If we've got foreign entities and beings that are overshadowing our higher self or our personal will, then guess what? You're going to be making bad choices. Now, the other thing that can happen and that keeps us out of the body is pain, for instance, with dis-ease or illnesses. That pain and or the drugs associated with that can knock our spirit out of the body. The whole idea of having our chakra system aligned is we are responsible for this vehicle, this body, while we're here as a spirit having this human experience. The ancients talk about know thyself. If you don't know how you're being hijacked by outside forces or entities, then how are you going to manifest what you truly desire? On the other hand, when this crown chakra is functioning at its optimum, nobody that I know talks about what I call the creative rings. There's 3 small rings that sit just above that 7th chakra. And these 3 rings operate like a transformer. So when that high frequency divine light comes into our human form, it's stepped down. Top ring is all about that absolute havingness, the all abundance of the universe. And you've maybe heard in manifesting or visualization, you can just visualize it. It already exists, right? That's in the realm that's beyond our grasp in many cases. The middle ring has to do with how you perceive the world, how you see the outside world. So if you've got blocks or perceptions, belief systems that's saying to you, rich people are evil, then you may not ever accumulate wealth. If you have a perception that, I don't know, tall, dark, handsome men are, as an example, it doesn't compute. It may be something that you stored from early childhood or passed along from your parents. So whatever those belief systems are, those can limit and block your judgment and the choices you make or how you see yourself moving forward. The third ring is all about manifesting. It's all about inventing. It's about bringing things into full awareness. It's about having that human experience. So that is why when I've talked about, you can say affirmations till the cows come home, and it's not going to really help if you've got these pictures or belief systems or these unfiltered energies that are basically corrupting your perception of where and what you'd like to create. So it's not all about physical manifesting. It has to do with your spiritual awareness. How can you know yourself if you've been blocked by foreign entities? Mom and dad being the first. So we are here to develop our seniority in this physical vehicle, to have and know ourselves, and we can manifest our abundance and everything that we desire. God knows what's in your heart. All you need to do is come into alignment. And in this book, I've got all the breakdowns of how to do that. But more importantly, I guide you on that journey in my mentoring program. So if that's something you'd like to explore on how to achieve a higher level of spiritual seniority or wisdom, and also be able to manifest exactly what your soul purpose is and to know what that is, to be on track, to just know that you know that you know, that's a great place to be. And so I'd be honored to discuss that with you. There will be a link in the discussion and you can reach out to me. The other thing you can get doing immediately is start applying my Stress Buster. That is a tool that I use with everybody that I start with. And it's like an energy shower, and it will help start moving out some of those hidden unconscious energies that are blocking your chakras, wherever that may be, first all the way up to the 7th or 8th. We want to get that energy moving so that you can have your crown chakra brilliant and manifesting brighter than a unicorn's horn and bring all the luck that you desire towards you as a manifesting magnet. So I sure hope you enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and give it some thumbs up. YouTube likes to know when we're happy about something, and they will share it with more people. And that means so much to me. And if you have some questions about your crown chakra, or perhaps something you've observed with somebody in the world around us, you can just look on the news and you will see plenty of hijacked crown chakras. So have fun with that. And I'll look forward to seeing and talking to you about the 8th chakra. Blessings to you and shine bright.